Rajasthan were put into bat by Rishabh Pant at the D.Y. Patil Stadium, and it looked like Rajasthan wanted to get to about 150, 160. Rajasthan got 260. Sort of what happened here. They lost 6 wickets in the attempt to do that. The top scorer, R. Ashwin, with his first 50, and Devdutt Padikkal, who deserved it, got 48 of 30, but was out in the end trying to accelerate. For Delhi, Chetan Sakariya and Mitchell Marsh and Andrik Nokia all got 2 wickets apiece. I'm Gaurav Kapur. This is Cricbuzz Live. I have Michael Vaughan and Harsha Bhogle here with me. Harsha, when we came for the Combox, Michael and me both said that in the first 10 overs, nothing had really happened. But little more has happened in the back 10.
160 we thought might be a decent score, 160, and I still think it's a decent score. I mean, effectively, you've told your bowlers here, now win this for us with 160. If you're a better bowling side than the opposition, you should win it for us with this. So I think it's a score with which you could win a game, but it's not a score you're going in thinking, you know what, wow, we are there.
Yeah. Did they actually have the opportunity to actually dominate this game and go beyond the 160? Do you think they went full tilt? Do you think they got a lot of resistance from the Delhi bowling, from the conditions? What did you make of this batting effort?
It was a batting effort that I reckon was probably delivered by data first. I think the data team would have given them a number on research. That's the kind of score that you need to get to. I'm pretty sure that's why they put Ashwin in there, just to try and play and just kind of be a bit solid. I just look at someone like Sanju Samson and also Van der Dusen. You know, if they'd have had the chance to face 38 balls batting at number 3, I'm sure that they got more than 50. You know, the high-class players. And I look at T20 cricket a lot, and there's so much tinkering that goes on that, you know, I think sometimes people forget that it's quite a simplistic game. You've got 120 balls to separate amongst the better players. You know, and Ashwin's got a nice 50, his first in IPL. He's given them a chance. 160 might be enough, and it could quite possibly be so because they've got such a good bowling lineup. But just a little bit overcomplicated, overthinking some of these things.
Yeah, you got to think. I mean, Ashwin's batted at 3, and you look at a 50 of 38, and you're saying, yeah, that's okay, that's good. But was that why he was sent in at number 3? It makes you think when you lose your first wicket early, and they lost it in the 3rd over at 11. Ashwin's been sent in to accelerate, hasn't he, Harsha?
I mean, look what he's got, what he's achieved. He's played about 1/3 the over, 1/3 the number of runs at a pretty much par, right? He scored at 131.56, 132. That gets to it's about a 157 kind of score. I think they'd be a little worried about what happened 16 to 30. Because first 15 balls, he's got 23. He's got going. From there on, he's starting to think, I'm set. Am I supposed to be the player who's got to keep going? Do I play the big shots? But I've got a bigger issue. I mean, you've got the best number 3 in the IPL, as numbers are suggesting, over the last 3 years. If you're number 3, and Michael's been number 3 for a while too, you go in some days at 0 for 1, right? So I just wondered about Samson himself not going at 3, because I got the feeling Ashwin could have played maybe at a 120, 125 strike rate, even lower down. So I mean, he hasn't done too badly, but you've got to wonder what Samson would have done there.
Yeah, that's true. Nothing against Ashwin. We're talking about the thinking of the team, right? So he goes in a position where he's told to go. It's not like he's the bully and owns the bat and decides to bat very well. But Rajasthan has decided, like Michael said, data first, right? But if it's data first, then Sanju Samson going in at 3 to accelerate to do is then the problem, Michael, that they're so scared of losing him that they won't end up using him. Well, that's a good line.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to know Sanju's mindset of him not really desperately wanting to bat at number 3. I mean, fantastic play. You'd want to get out there, even if you're 0 for 1, you get out there and you face as many balls as you possibly can. You're looking to get 100. You know, the real quality players in T20 cricket can get an individual 100. Yeah. And he is one of those players that could do so. So why would he not want that opportunity to get that? Ashwin's got his first 50. He's done well. Do you see Ashwin batting at 3 and getting you 100? No, I don't. But I see Sanju Samson potentially getting 100 batting at number 3 in any conditions, on any surface, against any bowling attacks. I think he's that good. So a strange one, but it's still a competitive score. I still think they've got a number on the board. There's a little bit there in the surface. Sanju's actual dismissal where he went to whip it on the onside. If you actually studied the ball when it hit the pitch, it just exploded slightly. So that'll give Rajasthan a huge amount of belief and hope with the ball in hand. But I think 160 is good, but I think they could have got 180 if they'd have just done things slightly differently.
Great point about the 100. It's not just, there are some players, Harsha, if I can just add to Michael's point, there are some players who get you not just 100, but they'll get you 100 of 60, 62 balls. Josh Butler's that kind of player. Sanju Samson's that kind of player. These are players who've done it in the past and they do it, which is why you say you optimize it. Just to add one stat, this is the first time that Sanju Samson is batted out of the top 4 since 2016. So he's batted.
I just wonder whether he thought, no Hetmeyer, should I play that role myself? Who's the power hitter in the side if there is no Hetmeyer? Is that Devnath Padikkal? No. Is that Fanta Tussar? No. Who's that player? It's me. So maybe I'll do that. And it raises the question sometimes, do captains sometimes start to think, I'm the captain, I've got to do the difficult thing. Rather than saying, I'm the captain, I've got to do what is best for the side.
Yeah, but
I mean, going up.
If you go up and you destroy there, you don't need a finisher because you're finishing them up front, right? It's just, I always look at this and we always look at data and matchups and we say, are you not putting on the light bulb for fear that it may fuse and then it'll be dark? Well, you're sitting in the dark anyway. All right, well, this is just our opinion. We're just all Sanju Samson fans. We're a little perplexed that he didn't come into bat when the situation was ripe and when they had lost Josh Butler. And as Michael said, sometimes data tends to get a little too cute. Maybe it's that. Maybe they're just saying, we've got to 160. What are you on about, guys? Stop fussing. We're still going to win this because this is what the surface says. All right, let's have a look at what the bowlers did for Delhi. It was interesting, though, right, Michael? For the bowlers, it was, none of them had a really on day. None of them had a really horrible day. It was all kind of a little... Yeah, it's kind of there and thereabouts, wasn't it? It's kind of middling for everyone.
Yeah, well, I thought cheating at the start was fantastic. 2 wickets, just the 23 runs, economy of 5.75. That's a fantastic return. I thought they were good. I thought they were excellent. Axel got a bit of a pacing in his 2 overs. That happens. He just got hit with some good strokes. But overall, I think Rishabh was pretty good. He manoeuvred his attack. He tried different combinations. I think it was quite easy for the bowlers. I don't think they were put under a huge amount of pressure. I don't think they were too fearful of being struck out of the ground. Padikkal played a real gem of an innings, played some nice strokes, deflected the pace of Nortje beautifully. But the bowling was pretty good. I do think there is something there. I think there is something on that pitch for the bowler. If the dew comes in, it changes the course of the game. But if it stays as it was in the first innings, I think Rajasthan's bowling attack will get a little bit more out of this surface.
Ooh, that'll be interesting.
If you remember what Ricky Ponting said when he came in, I think he came in about the 8th, 9th over or so. He said it's playing a little better than we thought it would.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Thereafter, there's been another 15 odd overs played on it. But this side bats deep. Huh? Look at the Delhi batting lineup. They've got Akshar and Shardul at 7 and 8.
Yes.
Which is they can get runs there. I mean, I think it dries up after that. Kuldeep, the other, did play some shots, but you don't want to go that deep.
Yeah.
But Warner, Marsh, Pant, Powell, there's 4 match winners there in that batting order. But you still think this is Warner's game.
Yeah, and it is. When Warner checks in, you know that, it's also his kind of total, right, Michael? This is in his wheelhouse. He can dominate without being overtly aggressive and without taking too much scoreboard pressure. He can almost dominate at his pace while everybody else is sparring. He can throw one punch in every now and then, a real decisive one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's everyone's kind of total 160 because you're never out of it. And if you can get out the traps in the first 6 and get 50, 60, you're knocking the top off really the chase. Warner's always the key. Mitchell Marsh, he's shown glimpses, but he's yet to have that innings, Mitchell Marsh. He's yet to win them the game. And kind of opportunities are dwindling. He needs to have that day where he just wins them a game. He's done it so often for his Big Bash teams. He's done it so often now for Australia. He's yet to really win the game. He's done well with the ball tonight, and maybe that'll give him the lift. Maybe just getting a few wickets and contributing with the ball before he bats will give him a massive boost. But he needs a night out with the bat, does Mitchell Marsh?
But the day out with the ball wasn't too bad, Harsha, because it gives the captain an additional option. He didn't even need to bowl Lalit Yadav today. I feel like that whole Lalit Yadav, Ripple Patel, so that's their passenger role, is it? It's like, we may call on you, but we won't.
Lalit, yeah. I mean, he's like a guy with a very good CV whose CV you're not using. And on paper, great fielder, big strike rate, can bowl overs, but he's not really done anything in this year's IPL. So I don't know whether he's just there because it looks good. You know, it's like the book in the cabinet which you looks good but you never read. So it's a bit like that at the moment.
Yeah.
So who knows? Today might be his day, but it's a very big game for Delhi because at the toss, I mean, I heard Ponting say Khalil's got a hamstring. I don't know if it's just a twitch and they're resting him or whether it could be worse. And I think he said now Prithvi is ruled out too. So I don't know if that means Prithvi is ruled out for the whole tournament.
Yeah, there's trouble because if Prithvi is out for the tournament, Ravindra Jadeja is out for the tournament, Surya Kumar Yadav is out of the tournament, Deepak Chahar never reached. So there's some serious Indian T20 players who are going to be missing because of injury. But
they need Bharat to do well there for today.
Yeah, I hope he does.
Bharat to do well today because if he does, they've got that partner for Warner.
Yeah, and that would work for them. Virendra Sehwag rates KS Bharat very highly. And you know that if Viru talks about an opener in glowing terms, he's going to be all right. But Harsha was talking about books to one person who's sitting in front of a bar, the other one who's sitting in front of a lamp and a plant. And Harsha himself is sitting in front of a painting since you've been sitting in front of this painting since 1974. There's something up. From the day Picasso painted it, Harsha's had it with him. All right. Well, let's give a round of applause first to Michael Vaughan. His score prediction was 158, and we're going to give him a round of applause. It just so happens that his internet has dropped out just as we were giving him the applause, and he's not here to receive it, Harsha. He's gone. We lost him.
I'll take it on his. I'll take it on his behalf. I'll take it on his behalf.
Yeah, you were 8 runs off.
Oh,
he's back. There you go. Congratulations. Yeah, there he is. You have to thank the
did I win?
Yeah, you did. You said 158. If you've forgotten your own guess, say hi to the minions. Yeah, well done. Good job, minions. They've done really well. We're going to play this game again. Let's go for the power play score prediction. Let's do it. 161 is all Delhi needs. Can they do it? Remember, this is a very important game for them. So while Harsha and Michael zone in on a number, we're going to show you the points table, because on the points table, you'll see why this game is so important for Delhi, because they're at 10 points. And if they get left behind today after their 12th game, then looks like they're standing at the platform with their baggage, and the train has gone with the 4 passengers, being Bangalore, Rajasthan, Lucknow, and Gujarat. But if they can win today, then again, as they say, the cat is amongst the pigeons. There is the undecided 4 then. So, well, just by the way, just if you just want to do your guesses now for the power play, anybody? Harsha first.
46.
46, Michael.
I think it's a good power play.
46, yeah.
50.
50. Okay, I'm going to go lower then. Haven't got one right in days. I'm going to go 42.
The reason you haven't got one right is you're listening to the others and reacting. Just put your own number.
Yes, just have your own mind.
But I don't know my own mind. That's
wherever it is. Wherever the mind is.
47.
Ask your friends.
My mind's at 47.
Yeah.
You see what, Michael?
Just ask some of your friends. You know, I ask my minions. They give me. Just ask. There was someone next to you.
Yeah, there's one of the assistant producers who's just has got a footstool and is sitting next to me. So I'll ask him. What do you say?
Waiting. I think he's frozen. Let's just give him a number.
That's it.
He's frozen. I think let's give him a number.
That's all we have time
Gaurav
for on
Kapur has
Cricbuzz
said
Live. We're going to come
24.
back at the end of the 10th over on Cricbuzz Combox. That's all we have time for right now. We lost everybody.
Where are you?
He's hiding. He doesn't know. I think it's
No, you don't know where you
that
are.
old park is playing up again. Yeah. So anyway, we'll take it from there. So we'll just assume that he said 39. So there you are. We'll be with you at the end of the 10th over for Cricbuzz Combox, and then take you through to the end. Let's see what happens. It was great fun. We'll push off. Gaurav, go away. We finished the show already. The show's over.
Is
Goodbye.
it done?
See you, everyone.
I'm so happy.
Done.
I'm so
Yes.
happy. All right. I'm going to go take a nap. Pour a drink for me. Yeah. Go.
Bye.